If you're shooting in spot metering mode and your photos still look flat, it's your editing that is the problem and not you. Because this is what most people do. And this is what that same photo should look like. Same shot, same camera, completely different impact. And here is the problem. Most photographers think that spot metering automatically creates dramatic photos. But it doesn't. It just gives you the potential. So if you edit it wrong, you destroy the potential instantly. So let me show you the exact way to edit spot metered photos so they actually look powerful. And pay attention because one mistake people make completely kills the image. This is the image we'll be editing, everyone. It's the same image as I showed you in the intro. And we'll be editing this image in dramatic black and white. As you all know, it comes into color as soon as you bring your image from your RAW file into Camera Raw or Lightroom. And I'm going to switch it over to black and white just by pressing on the black and white button here. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to use the exposure slider. This is where people already go wrong. They take a dark image and they try to fix it just by cranking up the exposure. And instantly you lose all the drama in the image. Instead, just shift it slightly. And I found the sweet spot to be around +30 and +40. And I'm going to drag it up to around 35. And like this, you're correcting brightness and you're protecting the mood. And now this is where the image starts to come alive. We're going to drag down the highlights to around -60 or 70. To around 65 there. And the next thing, I'm going to increase the whites to around +50. And you can see the image, you're getting some great contrast. We lower the highlights to keep detail, and we push the whites to create that impact. And I'm going to show you the before and after. That's the before, and that's the after. Before and after. And this gives you contrast without blowing out the image. Now, the most important slider, and that is the blacks. I'm going to pull the blacks down hard to around -60. Don't be afraid of dragging them down more than you usually do. Like I said, this is dramatic black and white. And this is where depth comes from. Most people are scared of this, so they lift shadows instead. And this is what happens when you lift the shadows. You're losing all that drama in the image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag the shadows down to around -20. And I'm creating more dramatic in the image. Now from here, we're going to head down to the curve tool. And from here, we go from good to professional. And we're going to add an S-curve, a slight S-curve. I'm going to place the spot on the highlights there, and I'm going to lift them to around there. And I'm going to create the S-curve by clicking on the blacks here and dragging the blacks down to somewhere there, creating that slight S-curve. I'm going to show you the before and after. Small adjustments here, but massive difference in depth. And this is what gives your image that 3D feel. Now this is where most people have no idea what they're doing. And I'm going to head over to the black and white mixer here. And here you can either press auto, but I like to play around with the sliders and see how the image turns out. And the first slider I'm going to use the oranges and I'm going to increase it. Not much difference, but if you have a person in the image like we have here, you will see the skin tones will increase. And I'm going to drag it up to around +20. And here I'm going to increase just a touch of reds to around +7. And like this, you're not editing color, you're shaping the light. And you can try the yellows also, but I'm going to leave them in the dark phase somewhere around -5. And then we have the greens. And the greens, I'm going to leave them how they are. And now I'm going to head over to the masking. And this is where the magic happens. And I'm going to start off by placing a radial gradient. And I'm going to place it over the subject, which is this old lady sitting on a bench using her mobile phone. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to increase the shadows. And I'm going to increase a touch of exposure to around there. And there we've brightened our subject. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use another radial gradient. And I'm going to place it on the exact spot of the first radial gradient. But this time, everyone, I'm going to invert it. And here I'm going to darken the background to around there. And now your image has direction, and that is by drawing the viewer's eye to the main subject, the brightest part of the image, which is the person on the bench here. And from here, I'm going to head over to the masking panel again. I'm going to use a brush and I'm going to do some quick dodging and burning. And I'm going to start off with the dodging, and we'll be brightening up the already brighter parts of the image. And that will be around here like this. And now I'm going to do some burning. I'm going to use another brush. And I'm going to reduce the exposure. And I'm going to darken again the darker parts of the image. And that should be okay there. And from here, I'm going to head out of the masking and I'm going to head over to the effects panel. I'm going to increase the texture to around +12 and a touch of clarity. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the image size and I'm going to show you the before and after. And that is the before, the colored image, which we turned into black and white. I done some removing with the remove tool. I erased this block here, and this is the after. the before and the after. And like that, we've created dramatic black and white. Well, thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope your spot metered images come out just like they should. Thank you, hit the subscribe button, a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next one.